Fire as crews continue to try to work the scene. Those firefighters downriver have been working for several hours at this complex. This is in Southgate at the American House Senior Living Facility. Crews in surrounding areas are also assisting as they continue that work. Things seem to have calmed down a little bit from what we saw before, but you can see that this is still a very serious situation. Our Heath Kalb is on the scene now. Heath, what are you seeing out there? This fire looks so widespread. We're hoping that everyone is okay.
That the fire has slowed down considerably. As you can see behind me, most of the fire is actually put out now, but just about 30 minutes ago, this whole building for Senior Living Center was up in flames. I mean, this was one of the largest fires I have ever seen, and there are first responders from so many neighboring communities up and down Allen Road here in Southgate, dozens of fire trucks, dozens of police cars, dozens of ambulances here, and we're still trying to find answers. As of right now, we still have a lot of unanswered questions here in Southgate, Terrence.
Heath, of course, one of the major questions is everyone okay? When you see a fire of that magnitude, your first thought is you hope everyone is okay and everyone was able to get out safely. Have we been able to get any kind of update on that side of the situation?
Yeah, unfortunately, Terrence, we still do not have a clear update on if there are any casualties, if there were people left in that building. I know when we got here maybe about an hour ago, we knew the biggest concern was that there might be people still on the second floor of that building, but we're not sure. We still have not heard from the first responders officially. We did speak to some of the people who were here, who got here quickly because they knew that family members were inside of the building. We know at least most of the people got out. We're hoping that everyone did, and as they are accounting for the people who were inside of that building, who we know are mostly senior citizens. So it's just a scary situation. We're hoping that everyone got out, of course, Terrence.
And so your mom was inside. Just tell us what happened.
Yes, her name's Mary, and she said somebody was banging outside on her glass saying you have to get out, there's a fire. So that's all I know about that part. But and the fire, I don't think it was on her side yet, but obviously it's taken over, you know, so the whole thing's just destroyed now. So, but she did get out, but not with anything. You know, she couldn't grab her phone, her glasses, her medication, any of that, because, you know, safety is number one, so they got everybody out. You don't have time to grab things, so we'll have to work on that. She has no clothes except for what she's wearing, so we'll just have to work on that tomorrow.
Where's your mom right now?
We have another family member who was here with her parents, and she called and said, you got to get over here real quick, but she was in her car, so she made it out fine. There's a lot of people here that have family that came, but then a lot don't, and then a lot of people are loading up on buses, and I'm not sure where they're taking them, but you know, there was a lot of people. They were calling for walkers. We need more walkers. So they were trying to get everybody out. I hope they did. I don't know, and it was sad for me because I visit her about every day, and I know a lot of these people, so walking around I see them, you know, out here, and I don't know where they're going to relocate or if I'll ever see them again. You build relationships, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad.
Yeah, I just can't imagine the shock that you're going through right now.
Yeah.
This is your mom.
Right.
And these are her things that she's
In her
lost.
life, yeah. Yes, everything.
How did you find out, and what was your initial reaction? Did your mom call you?
Well, this is very strange because she didn't even have time to call. She couldn't even get her phone. But my sister, who lives up north, is actually said, American House is on fire, you know, go get mom. But her in-laws, I'm trying to figure out, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Her in-laws called her and said, we have Mary, she's out in the parking lot and in the car. So it actually came from her. And then I have another sister who lives close by, so we both came here and checked on her, and we're taking her home, you know. So yeah, it's like one day you have a nice place to be and then you don't, you know. So
It's just terrifying. Have you heard anything about what caused the fire?
I have not. You know, I'd like to know myself, but I haven't. I don't know. It's all so new still, so.
Thank you again for speaking with us through all this craziness. Thank
We're definitely
you so
thankful
much.
your mom's okay.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. This is
It's the most
priority.
important thing.
Yeah.
Important.
Thanks.
Now, obviously, a lot of emotion when speaking to that woman just a few moments ago. It's a story many people here have tonight where they rushed down to the area here in Southgate to try to find their family members, and not a lot of information, but the people who got out, they pretty much lost everything because this fire was so huge. Of course, it's a sad situation, but thankfully, like she mentioned, that her mom is okay and she's out. But now people just to my right here are trying to stay warm. It's obviously a cold night out here, and people are bringing blankets as other people are trying to find shelter for all of the displaced people here tonight, Terrence.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot of support, and I'm sure that the community will be rallying behind them, Heath. That story, remarkable. She's just one of several of the stories coming out of this situation. Glad to know that her mother is okay. Again, this is at the American House Senior Living Facility off of Allen Road. Heath has been there throughout the evening, able to hear from that woman and some of the people who are there on the scene continuing to work. Ahmed Badji is here with us, our next weather chief meteorologist here on the scene. Ahmed, we've seen several different agencies. They're all working together to try to contain that fire. Are we getting more insight on who is there?
Yeah, actually, I have one of my sources within one of the responding fire departments that just got back to me with at least some of them that are on scene right now. So these are just a few of the ones that have been officially responding there. So you've got Southgate, of course, Riverview, Trenton, Taylor, Brownstown, Lincoln Park, Allen Park, Grosse Ile, the city of Detroit, as well as, of course, MSP and some of the surrounding police departments as well. Those are just a few of the ones that are on scene that have been called in, of course, from the multiple alarms to respond to it. But when you have one like this, too, one of the things that we were being told by the emergency crews on scene was, where do the seniors go? It's very cold out there. I mean, temps are down in the 40s and continuing to drop. This is going to be the coldest night that we've had in a while. So they've been working really hard to get the people out of there and now trying to find, again, another place for them to go. Something else that definitely goes hand in hand, not just with how cold it was, but the intensity of the fire. We actually want to pop up our radar here for you. This is something that doesn't show up very often, and it is a hint that the fire is very intense. Notice the green within that circled area over the past hour and a half. That is the intensity of the smoke that popped up and was visible from radar all the way out in White Lake. That is a very far distance for a Doppler radar to detect something like that. You normally don't get it at a distance like that unless it's something that, again, is extremely intense. So different things that we're watching, different angles we've been watching for as well. People had asked us, I had somebody message us on our Facebook page, what about the wind? The wind is not an issue here for that. That's the good news, of course, but we have to keep a really close eye on things like the temperature for the people that have been evacuating, wind to see where the smoke is going to blow, and again, looking at where that is, we've been able to see that on the radar. And it's good to see from the chopper video we've been getting that there's a lot of that finally clearing up. Crews have been able to work. It's not cold to the point that they have to worry about freezing lines. That's the good news, at least from that point for tonight. We're not to that type of situation. It's not until much later going into the winter that becomes a concern. But you can see a lot of that right there. The smoke's still going, even some of the flames still within the building right now.
Yeah, it's smoldering in certain parts, but when we first took this video, we were live with the situation on CBS News Detroit at 11 tonight. The flames were intense, unlike anything many of us have ever seen before. Heath even mentioned that this is not a fire of this kind of magnitude that he's ever seen in person. Ahmed, of course, we're talking about the fact that it is chilly out there. We know that those seniors are displaced and the firefighters are having to work in those conditions. The flames don't seem to be spreading as much as they were. Are we dealing with any kind of issues with the wind? I know you mentioned that being a factor earlier.
Yep, so nice and calm now. It was a little bit more of an issue earlier. That can always lead to a bit more of a spread, but no strong gusts, so that's the good news. So they're on what's called a defensive posture. So after everybody is able to be, out of the building, they go into what's called a defensive posture to make sure that it doesn't spread any farther, to try and really kind of fight it down in the areas that it's confined to. You can actually see, if you look in the center of your screen right there, you can see flashlights there on the top, on the rooftop. So that means that there are crews right now either in the ladders right there, but I don't see a ladder right there, so that may be firefighters trying to look around in those upper areas to try and knock down any of those hot spots that are left over on that side of the building. You look over on the left side of your screen there, you still have some of the hot spots there, but it shows that they are starting to win that fight, or they have been winning that fight. They've now got it confined only to that left side of the screen, that portion of the building there. They've made a lot of progress compared to what they saw earlier.
Yeah, the fact that they're even potentially able to get in the building is certainly a good sign. This is in Southgate at the American House Senior Living Facility. You see that parking lot is filled with emergency responders from different agencies across the region, all working together to try to contain this fire and keep it from spreading. We had been told earlier that there could be the possibility of people trapped on certain floors, but we have not been able to get confirmation on that situation or any injuries. We heard from a woman earlier who said that she's thankful that her mother is okay. So we're going to continue to watch this situation for you. We'll bring you those updates on CBSDetroit.com, the CBS News app, and Pluto TV. We'll also have more coverage for you over the weekend when Terrell Bailey takes things over for us. But right now, that is the situation. The American House Senior Living Facility dealing with a major fire that started tonight. Things have calmed down significantly. If you want to see some of the video from earlier tonight, we have that posted on our YouTube and Facebook page as well. Again, CBSDetroit.com also having all of that footage for you. We are certainly hoping that everyone is okay. It's a situation that we will continue to follow. Thank you for joining us.